Hi everybody, it's Victor with you right here, and we're still hanging out in the artist area at the non-sport show, and I'm with Rowina Pangorinan. How you doing today?
Nice to meet you, Victor.
You too.
Great.
And this is Rowina is another sketch card artist, which is to say that she is developing trading cards for different companies and such. And as you'll see as we're doing the interview and stuff, you'll see a whole bunch of different types of like movie type styles and things like that.
Right.
How did you get into that?
I actually kind of stumbled upon it by accident. I was just kind of going through forums, artist forums, and chatting with some artists that I've already known previously, like Leia and Cynthia, and I got the contact from one of them, and I emailed the editor and told me to send in some samples. So I did for the horror movie star poster set actually, and I sent about 12, 13 samples, and it got accepted. So I was very excited about that. So that's how it got started. And pretty soon, Wizard of Oz Series 2 kind of followed soon after that. And then I hooked up with Barry Ronis from Strictly Inc. from the UK. So it just kind of word of mouth, I guess.
Okay.
It's awesome.
And what kind of medium do you work in the most, or that you like the most?
Well, pen and ink is my favorite, as you can see. I love the starkness of the black and white. That's always my favorite. It just makes a visual impact. It just kind of gets right to the point. But then I try to do watercolors, but it just doesn't work out for me. It just doesn't mesh with my style. So I've done some acrylics mixed with colored pencil. I stick to that formula for now, but I'm trying to expand as I go.
And how long have you been doing artwork of this nature and such?
Well, I've loved trading cards forever, but I've wanted to draw since 5 years old. This is something a passion of mine since I was little. I wanted to be a Disney animator, so it's just hard to follow your dreams, I guess. After a while, it kind of just gets lost in the scheme of things, and I'm starting to get back into the swing of things, and this is really very exciting for me. So this is my first show, and it's been exciting.
Well, you were talking earlier about how you wanted to get into Disney animation and such. You also told me that you were doing trying to do an animated project of yourself. Tell us a little bit about that.
Actually, it was based on this heavy metal band song. The band is called Testament, and the song is called 3 Days of Darkness. And basically, it's an apocalypse type setting. It's just the end of the world type of theme, you know, like. Actually, this guy here is the main character for that.
Show that one there.
His name is Adam.
Okay.
So the story is basically just how humans pretty much contributed to the end of society, and I had to fit it within the context of the song, which is like 3-minute song. So it was very hard and difficult to mesh everything in such a short amount of time, because I did everything, the painting, the tracing, and the story and the editing. So yeah, it was fun, and that's probably going to be my theme for my graphic novel for next year, actually. Since I can't do it animated style, I'm just going to transfer it to comic.
Okay. Now, if you were to do say like the old style animation like you were talking.
Right.
Now, to do that, you have to draw like one frame
at a time,
yes. And it's like, how many frames per second is that? Is
well,
that like...
to make it smooth, and you know, I was opting for the fluidity of the action. So, well, you have your choice of doing drawing every 5 frames, but to make it smooth, it should be a drawing per 3 frames, and I ended up doing about 500 plus drawings.
Oh wow!
It started with line work, and then I had to trace that to a cell via ink, and then I had to flip it over every individual cell, and I had to paint like this vinyl paint. It almost smells like melted records, like old vinyl records.
Okay.
And it dries real fast, and then after I finished the cells, I had to paint the backgrounds for each scene.
Wow.
So it was very tedious, but it was a labor of love for me. You know, it was just that was my first animated project, and I was just so enthused, like having all the resources to do all that, and so yeah, I just went for it.
Wow, that's really cool.
Very ambitious for a student.
I was going to say very ambitious. Wow. But now you're doing it as in comic book form.
Yeah, I'm going to do that as a comic book form. Hopefully, be released next year. I'm going to actually self-publish it, and I'm going to shop it around. Okay. So it's going to be a 3-part comic, and at the end of the year, my plan is to just combine it to a trade paperback type publish.
Okay.
You know. So we'll see how it pans out.
Okay, very cool, very
That
cool.
is my main project for next year.
All right. Okay, so if people are looking at the screen at the pictures we're
Yeah.
showing them and stuff, and they like what they see and they want to get a hold of you,
Right.
you have a website that they can
Definitely.
contact.
It's www.altervisionstudio.com.
AlterVisionStudios.com.
And I have links there going to my MySpace page and my blog, and yeah.
Okay. Is that Studio or Studios?
Studio.
Studio. Okay. And we want to make sure we put that in there correctly because one little type can make a
You'll
world.
hear a phone call from me.
Yeah, I'll have phone
It's
calls
Victor.
from the fans going, I'm typing that in and it's not working. But anyway.
No, I appreciate it.
Okay.
Seriously.
So other upcoming card projects that you're doing,
Right
or
now, I'm working on. I just finished the CSI Miami and CSI New York for Strictly Inc. And
Okay.
I just finished, actually, right before I flew here, not the Harryhausen, Hammer Horror Films.
you were doing those too?
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, okay. So you and Leah both doing those
Hammer Horror
together?
Films, I'm doing about 50 cards for that.
Okay.
And after that, I have 2000 AD. That's Judge Dredd in it and stuff.
Oh wow, I love that stuff.
Yeah, I do that too. And Harryhausen collection. And I think that's pretty much it for the rest of the year because I want to concentrate on my illustrated stuff.
Okay.
So,
Great.
very
So we're going to have to look for those sets and such,
Definitely.
and definitely contact Rowina at her website and take a look at her stuff. And we've got a whole lot more coming up.
Oh,
Thanks
yeah.
for being with
Thank
us
you.
today. It's been a pleasure. And stay tuned.